Hi everybody, it is Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Today's crochet stitch tutorial is diagonal trip stitch. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be using some mainstays, 100% acrylic, and a recommended hook is 5.5. This swatch has several rows and then you repeat them again. It's actually very cool, and once you get in a rhythm, you will find that you won't even need to know what row you're on because you can just look at the right side of the work and pretty much figure it out. We'll go through one full repeat. And to get started, you're going to need multiples of 6 plus 2. And when you're working from a base chain, you're going to add one more. I'm going to go ahead and chain multiples of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I need to add 2, 1, 2. And because I'm starting from a base chain, I need to add one more. The first thing that you're going to want to do is place a single crochet into the second chain from your hook. This loop on your hook is nothing but that, just a loop on your hook. So we're going to skip this first chain and go to this second chain. Place a single crochet into that chain. Now here is your chance if you would like to place some type of stitch marker, whether it's a scrap piece of yarn, an actual stitch marker, that is up to you. But you're going to want to place that in that very first single crochet so that way you know where the beginning and end of the row is. Now you're just simply going to work across this chain, placing one single crochet in each of the chain stitches. Very simple. Once I have reached the other end, I will meet up with you and we will begin row 2. Okay, so I have placed one single crochet in each stitch across, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 single crochets. We're now going to chain 1 and turn our work. We are on the wrong side of our work. You're going to place one single crochet into that very first stitch. And again, here's where you would put your stitch marker if you so desire, into that very first single crochet. Into the next stitch, we're going to place a treble crochet. So wrap your yarn twice around your hook, insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2 more, yarn over, and go through the last 2. Now we're going to reach down and place a single crochet into the very next stitch. And what that did was it popped that treble out on the right side of our work. Okay, let's do that again. One more treble. Wrap your yarn twice around your hook and insert your hook into the next stitch, pulling up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2 more, and yarn over, go through the last 2. And now we're going to place one single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to repeat what we just did. We're going to place a treble into the next stitch. Single crochet into the next stitch. Treble into the next. and then place 1 single crochet in the remaining 4 stitches. And this takes us all the way to our stitch marker. And at this point, we're going to remove that stitch marker, place our last single crochet in here, chain 1, and turn your work. This is what you should have so far. You should have 4 little bumps on the right side of your work, and the rest is all single crochets. Okay, so on the right side of your work rows, so every other row, it is a single crochet, 1 single crochet into each and every stitch all the way across. I'm going to go ahead and replace that stitch marker just to verify that's the end of the row when I come back. Okay, so just go ahead and place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. You should have 14 single crochets. When you have reached the other end, I will meet up with you when I have reached the end. Okay, I've reached the end, placing 1 single crochet into that very last stitch. I'm going to go ahead and remove that stitch marker so I can bring it up to the next row. Chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to place a single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So here's our first. I'm going to replace that stitch marker. 1 more single crochet. And now we're going to start our treble crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet into the next stitch. Treble crochet into the next stitch. And 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. One treble crochet into the next stitch. One single crochet into the next stitch. 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. And 1 single crochet into each of the last 3 stitches. And then chain 1 and turn your work over. At that point, you will be on your front side row where you place 1 single crochet into every stitch across. You should have 2 rows consisting of 4 treble crochet little loopy-doos here. So here's 1 row and here's another row. Okay, so go ahead and place 1 single crochet in that first stitch and 1 single crochet in every stitch across. I will meet up with you at the end. Okay, I just finished my right side row of single crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work and place a single crochet into the first stitch and replace my stitch marker. Okay, so now you're going to place 1 stitch in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Now you're going to place a treble crochet in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next stitch. Treble crochet in the next stitch. 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Again, 1 treble crochet in the next stitch. 1 single crochet in the next stitch. 1 treble crochet into the next. And now place 1 single crochet in the remaining 2 stitches. Go ahead and remove your stitch marker and we will add it in on the next row. Chain 1, turn your work, and this is our front side facing row. So you're going to place 1 single crochet in every stitch across. You can start seeing how the diagonal is happening. I'm going to go ahead and replace that stitch marker and work my way across. I will meet up with you when I have reached the other end. Okay, I've reached the end of the row. I've chained 1. I'm going to reverse my work. I'm back on the wrong side. I'm going to place 1 single crochet into that first stitch and replace my stitch marker. And now we're going to place 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Treble crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet into the next stitch, treble crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, 3 stitches, treble crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, treble crochet into the next, single crochet into that very last stitch, chain 1 and turn your work, and then we're back on a right side facing row, so it'll be 1 single crochet all the way across. Again, you can see how the fabric is working up. It's working up with these little bumps on the diagonal. Okay, so I've chained 1. I'm going to single crochet back into that same stitch. Each and every single row will be 14 stitches across. Every front side facing row is single crochet all the way across. The design happens when you work the wrong side. I'm going to work my way across the right side facing row, and when I get to the other end, I will meet up with you and we will begin the next row. Okay, so before I turn my work to the wrong side and we start another row of patterns, let's take a look at what we have here. As you can see, I'm going to set it down and zoom in just a hair. Okay, let's get some focus in. Okay, so as you can see, our design that we're making from the wrong side showing up on the right side is going at an angle like this. And eventually we run out of stitches over here and have to begin over here. But to keep things consistent, the next 2 rows are going to be a little weird because we're going to have 1 of the trebles here and 1 over here. And it'll be that way for the next 2 wrong side rows. And then on the 3rd wrong side row, we will have 2 over here and 2 here. And this will have worked its way out. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to chain 1 and flip my work over, moving my stitch marker up after 1 single crochet in that very first stitch. Okay. So now we're going to do like we did our very first wrong side row, where we placed a treble into the second stitch here. Go ahead and place a treble into your next stitch. One treble. Okay, and now you're going to place one single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to place a treble into the next stitch. One single crochet into the next stitch. One treble crochet into the next stitch. And place one single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 2 and 3. Now we're going to place a treble crochet into the next stitch. And one single crochet into each of the last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn your work and work your front side row as we have been doing, placing one single crochet in each stitch across. I will meet up with you when I have reached the end of my right side row. Okay, we need one more row with our little trebles here separated. So I've finished my right side row of single crochets. Now I've chained 1. I'm going to single crochet into that first stitch and place my stitch marker. And now I'm going to place one single crochet into the next stitch. And a treble into the next stitch. Place one single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Place one treble into the next stitch. One single crochet into the next. One treble into the next stitch. One single into the next 3 stitches. And one treble into the next stitch. And one single into that very last stitch where your stitch marker is. And then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. You're back on a right side row. You're going to single crochet, 1 single crochet in each of the 14 stitches across. I will meet up with you when I have completed that row. Okay, so this is row 14. I'm going to work this row with you, and I'll work the last row by myself, which is row 15, which of course is a front side row, which is all single crochet. Okay, so we have our first single crochet into our first stitch. We're going to place a treble crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet into the next. Treble crochet into the next. and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. One single crochet into the next stitch, 1 treble crochet into the next stitch, and 1 single crochet into the remaining 4 stitches, and that'll take you to your stitch marker. At that time, you can go ahead and remove that stitch marker if you're following along with this little sample pattern. Okay, chain 1 and turn your work over, and this will be the last row I do with you. And you will just continue to repeat those rows. Okay, let me set my hook out of the way and set this little swatch down so that way you can see. So as you see, as this row here ended, this one started to begin. And as this row started to end, we now have started our next little row. And now it will be this section and this section. And they'll just keep moving over as you go. Okay, everybody, so again, this is the diagonal trip stitch. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know down in the comments section what you thought, and if you have some ideas as to what you would use that for, or you have Facebook and would like to join our group, that information is linked down in the description box below all of my videos. Also, my email and my Instagram are all in that information section below all of the videos. Until next time, everyone, be blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now.